Let's Get Tech Talk. Today we're looking at the new Sapphire HD 6870 Dirt 3 edition. This one here comes with exactly, you got it, Dirt 3, the game. And it comes pre-overclocked as well. The great thing about this 1GB card is that not only does it support all the latest and greatest technologies as you would expect, it has a very generous box of cables, connectors, everything that you would need depending on what type of monitor you have. All the latest technologies, DirectX 11, Infinity support of course, 1080p, 7.1 surround sound, and dual fan. That's the new design here. It has a slim fan, extra cooling. We're going to look at that more in detail. The overclock is 20 megahertz more on the GPU and effectively 4200 megahertz there on the memory. And you can see the dimensions and what comes in the box. Now, the dual fan design, these fans, the fins, are actually quite slimmer, okay? And they rotate about 10% slower than regular. So they're really quiet. They still give excellent cooling. We've got a nice heat sink there, which has two really large heat pipes. As you can see, the copper heat pipes going one into either side. And you need two 6-pin power connectors, obviously, to get this going. 500 watt power supply is good enough. The kit itself comes, of course, with the Dirt 3 game, as you would expect, to get you going. Terrific game. I play that myself. The drivers, the manual, a VGA to DVI connector there, so you can plug in an old monitor. Two 6-pin to Molex power connectors in case you have an older power supply. Crossfire bridge connector, display port, mini to regular, and the HDMI cable. Very nice kit, complete, everything you need. Here's my test system that I'll be using for this card, and as you can see, it's top of the line. I have it overclocked and it's pretty much maxed out all over the place, so we're gonna get some really nice results with this card. Now, in Windows 7, I'm running ambient room temperature about 22 degrees Celsius. You can see here in GPU-Z the stats, okay, so that way you can compare it to other cards that I've reviewed, which I also show the stats. You can see the shaders, the memory type, the bandwidth, very good bus width, 256-bit, that's what you want. Latest Catalyst drivers, of course, 11.8 I'm using right now, and you can see there the GPU clock and the memory clock speeds, okay, slightly overclocked from the defaults. Now, when it comes to temperatures, on idle, 33 degrees Celsius when the fan is roughly going at about 1150 RPM, okay? So that gives you an idea. Now, at full load, it goes all the way up to no more than 65 degrees Celsius, and that's very good. Watch my other videos and you can see what temperatures I'm getting with those other cards compared to this one. Terrific results. Now, benchmarks. GPU score with 3D Mark Vantage. There you got it, 17071. Compare that to other cards that I reviewed in my other video reviews, and you can see where this card stands compared to the other ones. Gives you a good idea on the performance at default without doing any more overclocking than it already came with out of the box. 3D Mark 11 scores with the graphics score specifically, so 4178 for the graphics score on this machine. Comparing it to other graphics scores, you can see here how it compares as well. So it gives you an idea on how much better, how much faster it is than these other types of cards. Now let's take a look at the Cinebench 11.5. We're getting the OpenGL 73.75 results there, the score, compared to a 6870 at default clock speeds, which I got 66. So much faster. Here we go with Heaven, the DirectX 11 Tessellation benchmarks. You can see here at 1680 times 1050. These are the results that I get with high settings, of course, as you can see. If I run this now at 1920 times 1080, the frames per second and the score is slightly lower. You can see there, but excellent results again at that high 1080p resolution. Crysis 2, again, here are the results. Terrific results. As you can see, very smooth, fluid graphics. You can have this in Infinity with surround sound. Beautiful. No complaints there from me. Dragon Age 2, same deal. Very, very smooth. You can play basically any game with this maxed out, and you're going to get really smooth results. So that's great for overclocking and getting smooth results without a lot of heat generated from these from these types of cards is something that you want, especially if it has 2 fans and they're quiet, which indeed these are. Now, definitely have to recommend this card. No complaints from me. And if you're looking for something that you want to overclock even further and not have a noisy fan running in the background, this is definitely something you would get. Maybe even 2 of these guys in Crossfire would be terrific. And I'd like to thank Sapphire for providing it, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you for watching.